Hey guys, it's Haley and welcome to another bookish video. Today we are going to be getting into my April TBR.
No, we're not. No, we're literally not.
Today we're going to be getting into my May TBR. It is already like a week into May and I don't even know what month it is. Girl, I am very excited to share with you the books that I'm gonna want to read in May. I have a lot and I'm already into quite a few of them and I'm already loving a lot of them. I have 9 different categories of books that I want to read from this month and 3 books in each category. I don't know why it worked out like that. It just did, but let's go ahead and jump into it and I will let you guys know what I'm gonna be reading from in the month of May. Starting out, I want to get into some arcs this month and I'm actually filming my arc vlog right now in this very moment. In that video, I want to read 3 advanced copies that I have. The first one is The Missing Half by Ashley Flowers. And I didn't really like Ashley Flowers' last thriller, but I'm interested to see what she does with this one because the last one, there was a lot of speculation on the real true crime case that inspired the fictional story that she wrote. And I didn't love that. So I want to see if she can improve. After hearing the critiques in the reviews from her first book. This book follows 2 women whose sisters both disappeared like 5 years ago and now they're teaming up to try to find them. It's giving sisterly bond. Apparently there's a huge twist in here and I'm excited to get into it. We also have The Lake Escape by Jamie Day and this one doesn't come out for a couple months. I believe it's a July release, but this sounds like a really interesting summer thriller about a bunch of childhood friends who always meet up at their lake houses, but this time around someone goes missing and this has been happening. Every 30 years a woman has gone missing from this lake and it is said that the lake takes them. No one has ever been arrested for the disappearances of these women. I love books set at a lake, especially for the summer, so I'm ready to get into the summer thriller vibes with The Lake Escape. I also historically have loved Jamie Day thrillers. And the last arc that I'll be reading in that vlog is I literally can't wait to show you guys this. It doesn't come out until September, but it is my most anticipated book of the year by my favorite author, Rachel Harrison. This is Play Nice and this is about an influencer and her life seems perfect. She has it all together, but she has some childhood trauma. She grew up in a possessed house. That's right, not a haunted house, a possessed house. And we're gonna find out what that means because her mother just died and she has to go home to renovate and make over her childhood home. So her and her sisters have to re-examine all of their childhood memories, their relationships, and this supposedly possessed house together. I'm so excited for this book. I literally cannot express to you how excited I am to read this book. The vlog is coming soon. The next category of books that I want to talk about is actually romance. I'm so excited to be getting into some romance in the month of May. First off, we have This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. I meant to read this one last summer. I actually picked it up last summer, but I never got to it. I've really liked Something from Carly Fortune, Every Summer After. I love that one, but I hated the one about the lake. That one was just so boring to me. So I hope this one will be closer to her debut. And this is a summer best friend's brother, kind of like forbidden type of romance. I'm gonna bring this one on my vacation to Mexico and I hope that I just like soak in all the summery romance vibes. I also want to read the first book in the Skyland series. I believe that's what it's referred to because that's like the neighborhood where these women live, and that is by Kennedy Ryan. The first book is Before I Let Go. If you recall, This Could Be Us, the second book in the series, was actually one of my favorites of last year, but I never read the first one. It's a second chance romance post-divorce, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna love it, I'll be honest. But I do love Kennedy Ryan's writing style, so I'm looking forward to it. And I want to read the first book in the series, obviously, so I'm caught up, and because the third book in the series actually comes out this month, so I want to get to this one as well. I have an audio arc from Libro FM. Thank you to Libro for providing so many of the arcs that I get to consume, and I've been resisting reading the description for this book about the third best friend because I don't want it to spoil anything that happens in this book, although I feel like I should know how this book ends up because it was referenced in the second book, but honestly I read that second book like over a year ago. Everything's forgotten. I just want to go in fresh to this one and informed to the third one. Girl, did I say that I had 9 categories?
I lied.
I do not have 9 categories with 3 books each. That would be crazy. That would be way too many books to read in a month. I have 6 categories with 3 books each. Okay, that is much more reasonable. Next up in this category are books that I have had on multiple TBRs the past few months of this year, but I have not gotten around to for one reason or another, and I just want to prioritize them in May. The first one is Natural Beauty by Ling Ling Huang, and this is a horror book that people have said if you like the movie The Substance, then you should read this book, and The Substance was literally my favorite movie of last year, so I think I'm going to be obsessed with this one. It's about a girl who is basically a piano prodigy, but when her parents get into a debilitating accident, she kind of has to give up her artistic career, and she ends up moving to take care of them, taking a job at a high-end beauty store. This store is known for its amazing products and procedures, cheap Botox to eyelash extensions made out of spider silk, and it opens up this world of privilege and luxury for her. She becomes transfixed with the owner of this store, and she really gets into the products that are fixing her appearance, but beneath all of the beauty lies something sinister. I have also said for the past couple months that I was going to read the new Natasha Preston book. This is The Party, and it honestly sounds so good, and I know I'm gonna read it so quick, but I just go so back and forth with Miss Natasha. I feel like we have such a fraught relationship. I don't know if this woman loves me or hates me. I give her books so much airtime, but I usually don't like them. So we'll just have to see how it goes with The Party. This is a YA thriller. It's about a secret spring break party that happens in an abandoned castle with a bunch of high schoolers. And it's basically a locked room murder mystery as people get picked off one by one by one. They're getting slashed, and we have to figure out who is doing it all. Very straightforward, probably gonna be a binge in one night type of situation. I just have to actually pick it up this month. And the last one that has slipped through the cracks the past few months has been Cross My Heart by Megan Collins. When I'm filming my thriller vlog every single month, this is just the one that I haven't been gravitating towards, but it sounds crazy and unhinged, and I low-key really want to read it. It's about this woman who gets a life-saving heart transplant, and she becomes obsessed with the woman who had to die to give her the heart. Obviously, she didn't die for her, like, she was just a woman who donated her body to science, but she left a widower in her wake. Okay, so this woman's husband is like grieving, and all of a sudden, who pops up into his life? This girl with his ex-wife who dies. New heart. And she's like, hey, I think we're supposed to be soulmates because I literally have your dead wife's heart. Crazy. You know I love an unhinged woman. I'm about to eat this up. Again, I just need to pick it up. Next up, let's get into the new release thrillers that I want to read in May, starting off with my book club pick. If you don't know, I run a book club for thrillers only over on Patreon. The book club tier is $5.99 a month to join, and it gets you access to sprints, our live discussions, the Discord where we talk about the book throughout the month, as well as the exclusive reading vlog of the book club pick. And this month, our pick is A Very Bad Thing by JT Ellison. This is a book within a book, author, reader inspired thriller, and I love books that are about reading and writing. This is about a writer who knows when to deliver a great plot twist. The biggest twist of all is her own murder. On the final night of her book tour, One face in the crowd makes her collapse, and by the next morning, she's lying dead in a pool of her own blood. Her death shocks the world and leaves Darian, her daughter and publicist, reeling. There's nothing to go on until details emerge pointing to the author's illicit past. It turns out many people had a motive to kill this famous author, and the secret will not stay buried for long. How many lives will shatter as the truth comes out? This sounds literally so good. I also recently picked up The Perfect Divorce by Geneva Rose. I freaking love this edition with the blood splatter sprayed edges. These are so cool. I did read The Perfect Marriage when it first came out, and I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. I loved it, so I'm really excited to get into the sequel. I will say, I am hesitant because it seems like a little bit of a cash grab, and we know that Geneva has done that kind of thing in the past, or maybe you don't, but I do. A lot of her books have been 1 star for me, especially these like limited release kind of things that feel more like a cash grab. I don't know. I don't love everything from Geneva, but I did love The Perfect Marriage, so I have tentatively high hopes for The Perfect Divorce. I'm not going to get into where the previous book left off because that would be spoilery, but know that there's a huge twist at the end of The Perfect Marriage, and I will let you know if The Perfect Divorce is worth it. The last book I have in my new release thriller category for May is Count My Lies by Sophie Stava. And this is a book of the month pick that I got a couple months back, and I've been hearing really good things about it, so I want to pick it up. It sounds like a very standard classic thriller, and I'm ready for that. It's about a woman who is a pathological liar, and she just makes these harmless lies up to tell strangers mostly. One day though, she lies to the wrong person because she tells a man in the park, oh yeah, like I'm a nurse, like I can totally remove the bee stinger from your little daughter, like don't worry, I got it. And then he wants her to be the daughter's nanny, and then there's like a tension between her and the very attractive father, but she is not the only one who's lying. This to me is giving one of my go-to recommendations from last year, which was The Truth Hurts. It has a pink cover. Oh my god, who is the author of that book? Well, there's a thriller and it has a pink cover and it's called Truth Hurts, and I recommended it all the time last year. It's about a nanny lying situation, and then she falls in love with this guy, this rich guy, and then she finds out he's lying. It's like this whole thing. Sounds very, very similar. I'm hoping if I like that one, I'll also like this one, and it just sounds like a juicy, fast-paced good time. Just a couple categories left here. One of them is non-fiction, okay? I've been reading a couple non-fiction books a month for 2025. I don't know why, I've just been more into non-fiction lately. One that I got a little bit into in April and I want to finish up in May is The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. I heard really good things about this, and then I got into actually reading it with my eyeballs, and I felt some reservations show up, so I need to finish it to fully form my articulate thoughts on it. I also want to make a video where I recommend and anti-recommend self-help books from the lens of a therapist. Like, I am a licensed mental health professional, so I'm gonna give you the tea on which self-help books are actually worth it. And at the like 20% mark of this book, I will say I do not think this one is worth it, but I want to finish it up in May regardless, so I can give you my fully formed thoughts and opinions. Also, I do think that Mel Robbins misrepresents herself a little bit. She actually has a law background, not a mental health background, so that is just the first little red flag that is tingling in my little therapist brain. I also have a memoir that I would like to read in May. This is Fahrenheit 182 by Mark Hoppus. If you know me and my little emo soul, then you'll know Blink-182 is my favorite band growing up. I was a little punk child and I fucking love Mark Hoppus. Okay, I love this man. I think he's so fun and so funny, and he has such an amazing story. Like, he literally beat cancer. Him and his wife are so freaking cute. I love that he's still touring and like being a little punk who says crazy things on stage at like the age of 50. Like, I just love this man, and I really am excited to read his memoir, so I will let you guys know how it is. And then the last nonfiction that I have for my May TBR is another memoir from another one of my favorite people, and that is Jordan Childs' memoir. It's called I'm That Girl, which is one of her like key phrases. If you don't know Jordan Childs, she is on the USA Olympic gymnast team, and I just fell in love with her watching her in the last Olympics. Just her energy, she's so poised, and for such a young girl and such a talented girl, like, you can very easily get this big head and big ego, and she's just so articulate and poised, and she still has this like fun, boisterous personality. Like, I was just enamored with her, and I love following her on Instagram and just keeping up with her. So I'm really excited to get into her memoir. I also want to read Simone Biles' memoir, if she has one. That just pops into my head. I would imagine that Simone Biles has a memoir as well, but I'm really excited to read from Jordan too. I'm just obsessed with the Olympics. Like, every time they come around, I'm just into it. I love people like nerdy pommel horse boy that was on literally Dancing with the Stars. Like, that will live in my mind forever. The guy who was obsessed with the chocolate muffins in the Olympic Village, like, that will live in my mind forever. The Olympics are just iconic to me. Okay, the light is turning weird, so we are going to breeze through this last little category of books that I have for my May TBR, which is horror. This is new release horror. This is highly anticipated horror. I'm excited to get to it. First up, we have Victorian Psycho by Virginia Fiedo. This is basically a Victorian era feminist retelling of American Psycho. And it's about this woman who is a governess for these little girls. And she's trying to quell her violent compulsions. But of course, you know they're gonna come pouring out of her. And I cannot wait to see the carnage that ensues. I love a murderous woman. I love an unhinged woman. I love American Psycho. This is for me. I also have When the Wolf Comes Home. This is a new release by Nat Cassidy. I freaking love Nat Cassidy books. Everything that I've read from Nat Cassidy, I've been utterly obsessed with. This one is a werewolf slasher, cat and mouse chase kind of thing. I think I'm gonna be obsessed. It all takes place over one night where a woman finds a little 5-year-old runaway, and after a bloody encounter with the boy's father, she and the boy find themselves on a run for their lives as they try to evade this crazy dad. I think this is gonna be a balls to the wall crazy slasher with a bit of meaning to it, which is what Rest Stop, one of my favorites from Nat Cassidy, was giving, so I cannot wait to read it. And the last horror book that I have to talk about is American Rapture by CJ Lead. I freaking loved Mayfly by CJ Lead, so I'm really excited to get into more of her writing. This is about a pandemic of lust sweeping the nation and what happens to a little Catholic girl as she is trying to escape lust that is sweeping the Midwest. Okay, I feel like there's going to be some very apt commentary in here, especially for the stuff that is sweeping our nation right now, which doesn't feel like a pandemic of lust. I wish we were lustful. Instead, we are fearful. Because maybe, this is just a wild thought, maybe if you have your own religious views and they're like giving a little Puritan, they're giving a little evangelical, that's fine for you, but maybe you shouldn't like project that on other people or expect like that to be the law. It's like almost like there's a separation of church and state for a reason. So I really hope I get some of that kind of commentary in this book. I imagine that I will, and of course I will let you know how it goes. And with that, those are all of the books that I want to read in the month of May. Let me know if you liked me making these little categories with 3 books each. I just thought it was kind of fun, and I might do it again in future TBRs if you guys enjoyed it. Be on the lookout in the next few days for my ARC vlog, which I'm so excited to get out, and also my April little wrap up. I read so many books and so many amazing books in April. I'm just having a really, really good 2025 reading year so far. So subscribe, make sure you do not miss these things that are coming out here soon. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like because it's kind of helpful for me, low-key. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and hanging out with me. Don't forget to go to therapy and read a book this week, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!